Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. You are listening to Komal Taya, and I hope you all are doing well and your preparation it's going well only. Clear guys? So in the last video we talked about superposition principle questions only, and in this video also I'm going to talk about this. This is the last video. First of all, tell me this is the last video of numericals or superposition principle. So in this video I'm going to talk about two questions which is belonging to superposition principle, and by the end of this video we can assume that okay, now we are pro in superposition principle, and any question we can attempt it clear, like without any problem we can attempt it, and you will be relieved that okay, now at least this topic is done clearly, and then we are going to jump over the other topics also in this manner only, and by the end of this 20th July or something like that, we'll be done with the all important topics of quantum. Clear? So you can follow me on the regular basis. I'm uploading videos on regular basis, and I'm going to teach quantum from the very basic and to the advanced levels. Clear? So without delaying, let's start at today's video. Clear? So that first question which I'm going to take is this one, 18th question, which is GATE 2017 question, and this is important and very easy question. Trust me guys, this very easy question. According to it, psi is C phi 1 minus 1 by root 3 phi 2 represents a normalized molecular orbital. So guys, it is already mentioned that this psi is normalized already. Clear? So constructed from two different orbital, and this psi is made by two different atomic orbital, phi 1 and phi 2. This psi obviously is made by this phi 1 and phi 2. That's why it is equal to this C phi 1 minus 1 by root 3 phi 2. Clear? So this psi is made from this phi 1 and phi 2. That is the meaning of this statement. That form an orthonormal set. Guys, fine guys, because you know that this orthonormal means orthogonal plus normal. For people who are not knowing that what is the meaning of this orthonormal, I have already talked in the theory part of superposition principle, so you can go back and see that lecture. Clear? So there you will see everything in very detail, that how patiently I have talked about this superposition principle there. So now we need to see the value of C. The value of C is, so you need to find this value, that what this value is, what is this value of C. So it is already given in the question that this psi is normalized. So psi is normalized, so I've been laying emphasis on this thing, that whenever psi is normalized and whenever it is sum or subtraction of any orbital, so it belongs to superposition principle question. Superposition principle question. Clear guys? So this question is from superposition principle, and you know, for that, if psi is normalized, there is one condition. There is one condition, that if psi is normalized, you will check that if it is given in the question that psi is not normalized, then you will check that C1 square plus C2 square plus C3 square, depending on how many states are given, clear, is equal to 1 or not. But can you see here that this is already given in the question, that psi is normalized. If psi is normalized, so I will assume that what? That, so two states are there. So I will write this C1 square. So I will assume this C as C1, and I will assume this minus 1 by root 3 as C2. Clear? So I will assume that C1 square plus C2 square is equal to 1. So that I will assume here. Clear? So what is C1 here? C1 is C only, so I will write C square plus C2 square. What is C2 square? That is minus 1 by root 3 square, and it is equal to 1. Clear? So it will become C square plus, you know that minus square will be plus, so it will become 1 by 3 is equal to 1. So if I write C square, it will become 1 minus 1 by 3. So that will become 2 by 3. That will become 2 minus 1 by 3. That will become 3 minus 1. That will become 2 by 3. And C value will be root 2 by 3. So guys, I got to know that the value of C is root 2 by 3. So now I can easily write the value of C is root 2 by 3. Clear guys? So that is the value of C, and you can see how easy this question was. Like explanation wise, I guess I was taking time. Otherwise, if you are attempting it in exam, luckily if this type of question come in the exam, so you can easily do it within, like, I guess 20 to 30 seconds. So you can see how easy questions come from superposition principle. You just need to see only 2 to 3 things, that how to calculate probability, that how to check whether function is normalized or not. You just need to check c1 square plus c2 square plus c3 square, depending on how many states are given, is equal to 1 or not. Clear? And the third one is the average value of energy, Lz or L square. So examiner will not move ahead of that. So that is only thing that you need to check only one condition before proceeding, that is c1 square plus c2 square plus c3 square is equal to 1 or not, and then depending on what is asked in the question, you can proceed ahead. So you can see how easy these questions are. So without delaying, let's see one more question. So that question is good only. So let's see, because in that question you can get confused by a very small thing. So let's see what that question is and how that question is little bit different from the other question which I have discussed till now. So this question is sixth question. I'm going to talk about this sixth question, and according to it, what is the average value? So now average value has asked for the z component of orbital angular momentum. So you know that orbital angular momentum, it is denoted by L. Clear, guys? That is denoted by L. You must be knowing that. Clear? So, and it is called the z component. So I will write Lz. Clear, guys? The z component of orbital angular momentum, that is Lz. Clear? And you need to find that what is the average value. Average value means you always denote average value by like this. Clear? So you need to find that what is Lz, and you know that what is Lz, so that is P1, average value by superposition principle. Because can you see that this question is belonging to superposition? First you will identify. So you can identify it because can you see that it is sum of different orbitals? Whenever sum of different orbital or different wave function will come, just assume that that question belongs to superposition principle. Clear? So okay, now I can assume that this question is from superposition principle. I can write this equation that Lz is this one, P1, and this one Lz1, Lz for first state, plus P2 into Lz for second state. That is the general formula for people who are not knowing. So guys, this always happen. If average value of something is given, so that will be P1 and average, and then that value for first state plus P2 and that value for second state. Clear? So now let's see. First of all, so guys, before proceeding, I told you that before proceeding you need to check one thing. Before proceeding you need to check that check whether this psi is normalized or not. I'm so sorry, I'm writing very badly. Clear? So excuse me for that. So whether the psi is normalized or not, so how you will check that whether c1 square plus c, how many c you will write? First of all, tell me. So there are two states because it is psi 2s and it is psi 2p comma plus 1 is given. Clear? So I will write c1 square plus c2 square is equal, so I will write two state only, the two coefficients c1 square plus c2 square is equal to 1 or not, because now first of all I'll check this condition, then only I can proceed. So let's check what is c1. C1 is, if I elaborate this term, it will become 1 by root 5 psi 2s plus 2 by root 5 and that will become psi 2p plus 1. Clear? So now what will be c1 square? It is c1 and it is c2. So that, guys, I hope you can recognize this very small thing till now. Clear? Because I have been repeating it since 5-6 videos. So I hope this is clear to you. So c1 will become 1 by root 5. So I will write 1 by root 5 square plus c2, that is 2 by root 5 square. So let's see whether this is equal to 1 or not. So it will become 1 by 5 and 2 square will become 4 and it will become 5. So it has become 5 by 5 and it is 1. So guys, it is already normalized. This psi is already normalized. Clear? For people, if suppose it was not coming equal to 1, That question I also have discussed in my last videos. You can see those videos, guys. Suppose if that answer is not equal to 1, then how you'll attempt the question? If that condition is not coming equal to 1, then how you'll attempt the question? You can see, you can go back just immediately previous lectures, so you will see there that how to calculate those things. Clear? Because I think I've been repeating it so many times that I can say it in dreams too. So okay, let's get back to our topic. So now it is normalized, so I can easily move to this condition. Now I can move to this condition only when this condition is satisfied. This is first step and this is second step. Clear? So let's see now, let's see that how to solve this thing more. So how to solve it and how to proceed further. So you all must be knowing that now what you have to do. You have to find this probabilities. Obviously you have to find first P1 and P2, because above only I have written that you have to first find P1 and P2, and then you have to find LZ1 and LZ2. So you know the basic formula of this LZ is MH cut. The basic formula of this LZ is MH cut. Clear, guys? This is the basic formula of LZ, that is MH cut. Clear? So you know that this value for 2s it is 2, the value of n is 2, and the value of L is 0 and value of M is 0. You all know that for S, L value is 0, so obviously M value will be 0. So if I calculate LZ1, so that means M of 1, like the M of first, so M of first state would be 0. Can I say the M of first state is 0? Because it is 2s, and for S orbital L is 0. For S, L is 0, so obviously M will be 0. So can I write 0 into H cut? That will be 0 only. Clear? So if I calculate LZ2, so that would be M2 H cut. So M2 H cut, can you see, guys, here it is given plus 1. So you know that for P, L value is 1. So M value is also given, that is plus 1. That is plus 1 already given, that is plus 1. So can I write it is plus 1 into H cut? So that would be obviously H cut only. So now can I calculate my P1 also? Also we need to find P1 also. So let's find P1. So what is P1? That would be C1 square. That is the formula, guys. For people who are not knowing it, P1 would be C1 square. So C1 is 1 by root 5. So let's write 1 by root 5. It will become 1 by root 5 square and it will be 1 by 5. Clear? So P2 would be C2 square. P2 would be C2 square and it will be 2 by root 5 square and it is 4 by 5. Clear? So this is the value of P1 and this is the value of P2. So only thing which I need to do is now find the average value of LZ, which is, the formula is this, P1 LZ1 plus P2 LZ2. So let's find first P1, which is P1 is 1 by 5. So I will write 1 by 5 into LZ1. What is LZ1? LZ1 is 0. So I will write 0. Then plus I will write what? P2. Now I will write P2. So P2 is what? Which is 4 by 5. So I have written 4 by 5 into LZ2. So what is LZ2? That is H cut. Clear? That is H cut. So this is 0. 1 by 5 into 0, that is 0. Plus 4 by 5 into H cut. So guys, can I say that the answer is 4 by 5 H cut? So can I say that this D option is correct? This D option is correct. So guys, can you see how easy this question is? And likewise only you can attempt all the questions of this superposition principle, right? So I don't think so that now you will face any difficulty while solving superposition principle. In fact, I have taken all examples, all possible example. In fact, I have taken questions from physics previous year question also. So I'm assuming now that you are good to go for this superposition principle. Guys, if you have any doubt, any query, please comment in the comment section and tell me. I'll reply for sure. Clear? So also you can like the lecture also in the last, and also guys, comment, don't forget to comment in the video that you like the video or not, and also tell me that whether you stayed till the end or not. You can use the hashtag, which is I stayed here till the end, right? And also you can follow me on the other social media platforms, which is Instagram, and I'm very much active there. You can just click on the link here, and that will also be in the description box. Also I have Telegram group, that is for doubt discussion. Clear? The name will be, the link and all will be given in the description box. You can check that. And that is the end of superposition principle. I'm super happy because I have been discussing it since 5 to 6 videos. Clear? So I'm assuming that now you know everything about superposition principle. I took it from the very basic. I tried to explain that what is the significance of superposition principle, how it came into play, and everything. I hope now you know the theory part also, numericals also, and I'm assuming that you will not do mistake in the paper. Fine. The only thing you need to do is to check, first of all, check whether c1 square plus c2 square, to depending on how many states are given, is equal to 1 or not. Just fit this thing in your mind and you'll be good to go. Clear? So that's, and also one more thing, that in the next video I'm going to take this topic, which is tunneling. So I hope I'll see all of you there, and we'll discuss this tunneling topic for everything. So that topic is very interesting and very short topic is there. I think that will take only 2 to 3 videos. Clear? So that will be completed, and that's it for this one, guys. I hope you like this lecture, and that's it for this one. Bye bye and keep smiling. Bye.